Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is gonna be my track guide for Saudi Arabia. This is gonna be my second video on track guides, and let's just get into it. Okay, so we're gonna start off at the last corner, of course. Okay, so first up, if you're going onto a qualifying lap, I'm just sorry, gonna have to brake around here, maybe a little bit before. That's the 15-meter mark. Like I usually brake, and that is what I usually do. Remember that. Usually brake at the 100, between the 100 and 50-meter mark board. But if you're going onto a qualifying lap, you can take it wide to get as much speed into it as possible. Close to the wall, don't hit the wall, and drive as close to the wall as you can to get as much speed as you need. Now, of course, full throttle. Now you brake just before the 100-meter board. Then you take it. Just gonna reverse here. Then you take it over the curb. Not a whole lot, but this should be fine. I'm just gonna go faster so you can see. It should be fine. Maybe you can even take a little bit more curb. Now here, you can't let your tire drop all the way down. Then again, you're gonna beach. That is not good. But sometimes you can be lucky. But for most of the time, I'm not. So you gotta just take it like this. So your wheel is just about on the other side, but don't let it drop down. Then you can accelerate, touch a little bit of the curb, and just use as much of the track as you can. Now here, brake about the 50-meter board and drive as close to the wall as possible. As you can see, I'm very close. I actually hit the wall. Don't do that. Now, you gotta go on full throttle as soon as you can, and you need to keep your car as close to the wall. Don't hit the wall as I did there. Keep it as close to the wall as possible. Carry all the momentum you have. Carry it all the way through here. Now here comes the tricky part. You can't let your tire drop on the other side, then you'll beach and you can't turn. But what you're gonna do is take as much of the curve as possible, just right about here again, just before it drops down. And then make sure you keep it on the right side of the curve, because if you do this, then you'll beach, and you don't want to do that. Just gotta keep your left wheels on it and quickly tap the brakes. Keep it close to the wall and keep the middle of your car right on track limits. Then of course accelerate, take some of the curve here, and then of course as early on the throttle as possible, which should look a little bit something like. So here you're gonna brake just about the 50 meter board. Having a hard time saying 50 in this video, but yeah, brake just about the 50-meter board, which is right after this screen up here that you can see at the top of my screen. Then you're gonna brake after the 50-meter board, and then when you brake, you gotta apply as much throttle as you can without spinning, and then as early as you can, as I'll try to show again, you're gonna ideally have full throttle around here, which is, let me just back up, this black poster here, this black part of the wall where it says Saudi Arabia. Like at this point, or maybe even before, then you gotta have full throttle. But again, you gotta practice, and practice. So here, gotta take it as close to the wall as possible. Watch out for this part right there. As you can see, I hit the wall now, just to show you guys. Right when the curve ends, the wall kind of sticks out. So instead, what you have to do is here. Keep only like the right part of only the right tires on the other side of the white line on the track limits. Maybe pull a little bit out here at the end, and then you're gonna be free of not hitting the wall. Now again here, oh, didn't break enough. Here, 50-meter board, you gotta brake. When you've braked just enough, I usually brake until like this part right before I hit the apex, and then I put throttle on. Keep it as close to the wall as possible. Now here it gets a bit tricky. You can take some of the curb here, but not a whole lot, otherwise you'll spin. So take just about this much curb, and this is what I usually do, which is fine. Yeah, usually I'm at full throttle just about here. I'm not on the curb right now, but sometimes you're gonna keep it off the curb. Remember, if you're having some troubles with the curbs, try to keep it off the curbs for a lap or two, and then gradually increase how much curb you take in that corner until you get confident with it. I'm just gonna keep going right here, because this is just straight. Keep it as close to the walls as possible, especially here and here. Now when this part of the track comes up, it's a bit tricky for someone. Okay, see, you gotta brake just about the 50-meter board. Just about here, maybe a little bit before. Yes. Brake just quick, like you brake until like this point, and then you just apply throttle, and then just about here, maybe like even like before, like here, I'm already at full throttle again, and it's a very quick corner. And remember, this part you can take curb easily. Full throttle, close to the wall as possible, and remember the DRS zone up here. Keep it on the curb. Sometimes you can take it wide like this. Other times just stick it to the left wall. Again, brake just after the 100-meter board. Keep it close. And DRS zone. And that is my lap of Jeddah. Now I'll just drive one hot lap to show you what all this looks like combined. Okay, I missed my braking point. Let's not look too much about that. Or I didn't brake enough. Which is unlucky. See, already there, I was at full throttle. Okay, hit the wall, but apart from that. And with that, we're done with all the on-track tips and tricks and the hot lap. So now I will show you my setup. Okay, so for aerodynamics, I run 28-24, and for some people it might be different, might be higher or lower. Transmission 50-51, 50 on throttle and 51 off. Now suspension geometry 2.5, 1.0, so full, and 0 and 0. So the first two at max and the the last two at the lowest I can go. Suspension, I run 30, 6, 13, 1, 35, and 39. So 35 front ride height and 39 rear ride height. Brakes, I use 100 brake pressure, and front brake bias is at 53%. Of course, this differs from corner to corner, but this is what works on most corners. Tires, I use the lowest tire pressure on the front wheels, and of course on the rear wheels I use the what is equivalent to the front wheels. So I use the exact same on all four wheels, which is 22.0, both for the front right and left, and the rear right and left. So with that, I'm gonna round up this video. I hope you liked it, and if you want more of this, make sure to like and maybe even subscribe if you want to consider that. But until the next time, take care.